Konnichiwa and welcome to another episode of the Crafty Beer channel. What have I got for you today? Oh, very special one, very special indeed. This boy has actually just arrived in my fridge and here he is out for a review already. Well, what is it? Yes, okay, so I've had a visit from the brother. Let's give you the background. Brother's arrived, and whenever the brother arrives, he always brings something interesting from Victoria, and he hasn't let me down this time. Now, he's arrived up at the house and said, Dino, have you ever heard of this one? Now, I have heard of the brewery, Hop Nation, but not the beer, don't know anything about it. And like, we're going to get into these battles of, is Victoria better than New South Wales? We know it isn't, but he's bringing up one of Victoria's best. So, Melbourne Black, what is it? What are we looking at? There's a little bit to this one, so we won't crack her open just yet. Give you a bit of a background first. Hop Nation. Hop Nation was founded by two former winemakers. I'm going to be reading my notes. Sam Hambor and Duncan Gibson. Now, the boys met at some wine festival and then years later met up again back in, I think they met over in New Zealand, and then they met back in Victoria, in Melbourne. 2015, they decided to set up this brewery, the Hop Nation. Based in Footscray, perfectly pronounced, and it has expanded. As I say, I've heard of it, so they have done well. They've got a decent core of beers, and they're winning medals and stuff. So anyway, leading us back to one more point. Duncan has walked away in 2016. So 2026, sorry, 26, before it started. So in 2026, he stepped away. It's now just Sam. There you go. Right, we're up to date. What have we got in front of us here? We have got their Melbourne Black. Now, my brother went into a pub that was selling this in can, but also selling it on tap, and he asked the guy for a Guinness. The guy said to him, don't have Guinness, but I got something better than Guinness. Try this stuff. Of course, the brother beat the crap out of him. Once he had been forgiven for that, the guy says, at least try it. You never know, it might be as good as Guinness. Well, we're going to see. The intriguing thing about this and why I'm doing a video on it as well is, I'm going to try and show you on the side here. We'll tip the can and you can see, look, you're obviously not going to be expected to read this, but it's basically, this is a nitro. This is a nitro can, but look at that, no widget, right? So very interesting. They have instructions on the side that says, shake the can gently, pour with purpose, and enjoy. Cheers. So let's shake it gently. And I don't know how this actually works, but we'll give it a wee shake there for a bit. And because they tried to insult us, they're going into the Guinness one, because it's a 440 can. It's very strange. It's a strange size. I never understand 440, but anyway. There we go. And then it shows it upside down, smashing it in. So smash, smash, smash. Go on. Get giddy. There we go. Well, look, she's getting a nice head anyway. Coming out all right. Doesn't look like, is it like a Guinness that needs a settle? Oh no, mosquito, go away. All right, there we go. Well, I couldn't have smashed that one out anymore. There we go. Okay. Right, so it looks like an Australian Guinness with that big bubbly head on it, but it's got a nice off-white sort of head on it. Certainly doesn't look like it's flat. Let's get it up there. But look, and they call it a stout on their website, by the way. So, you know, I have my usual, and one day I will explain the difference between stout and a porter if I understand it myself. But look at that there. Doesn't it look glorious? We'll get the Guinness badge out of the way so you don't get confused. Jet black with a nice off-white head on it. And it's starting to settle. Of course, we smashed it in, so it's going to be bubbles galore. I'm going to let him settle down just a tad. I'm going to have a wee look in the sky. See, no, you cannot see through that. There's no amber hue off that or anything. That is pure jet black, thick as. Beautiful. Looks good. I'm ready to roll in it. Now, what do we have? On the can, does it say? Yeah, 4.3. So 4.3%. Guinness is 4.2. So pretty much the same. Stout. And price-wise, while I'm letting this settle, we'll go into that now. We're talking again, the anger is bubbling up in me, a 16 pack, but at least it's a 440 can. So we're not talking about these tiny wee cans and these, 16 beers, but 89 bucks for a 16 pack. A little bit pricey, but they're 440 cans, so you're getting a little bit more. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. Let's get on with it. I also am annoyed because I wanted to take it out of the fridge earlier. So it's very cold. I'd have preferred that this was out and let it warm up slightly, because as a stout, you do want to get that flavour coming through. And if you can hear the police in the background, they're not after me. I was going to say no aroma, but there is. Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah, definitely decent aroma off that. It's not like a Guinness. No one can compare to Guinness anyway. The Guinness is a different one. It doesn't have as much flavour as a lot of stouts and porters. Guinness is, it's a beast on its own, isn't it? Yeah, nice aroma. Dark, sort of, would I say, the coffee malt in there. Chocolatey, sort of. Anyway, enough. Let's get into it. I give you enough time to settle, didn't I? Ooh. There is no carbonation in that. That is nitro. There you go. What an interesting way to do it. How cool. I really like that, by the way. I like the gimmicks. I'm into it. I'm rubbing my hands because it's nippy. We're definitely into the winter now. But it's t-shirt and t-shirt weather. 2 t-shirts. All right, more about the beer. What are we talking about here? Okay, there is definitely a born. Have they said anything about it here? They have a this was on the website as well. It's a very strange statement. I'm going to read it because that's what I do. So it says, Hop Nation Brewing Company, Melbourne Black Nitro Stout. Forged by many cultures and the ritual of the pub, Melbourne rose through struggle, connection and celebration together with a porter and stout. Melbourne Black honours that tradition, a flavoursome pub stout for the city we call home. There you go. So it says nothing. It says everything and nothing. For me, we are definitely, there's a coffee malt in there. I mean, chocolate malt. So chocolate malt gives you that slight burnt coffee flavour. I'm wondering if there is any lactose in there, because it's quite sweet as well, but it's very enjoyable. It's smooth as your nitro. That's very smooth, very flavoursome. Not overpowering, not too much, because sometimes I find the craft stouts and porters, they go too much with the chocolate and too much with the burnt coffee, and tastes great, but and especially the lactose as well. Tastes great, and then you've had one, you've gone, there's too much flavour, I don't want to have any more. And especially if you put lactose in a beer for lactose intolerant person, not great. 1 or 2, okay. Any more, the night's over, So so I don't know if it's got lactose. I'll have to do a bit of reading on that one. This one was a bit of a quick research, because I was desperate to crack this boy open. But yes, there is a bit of sweetness and there is a balance in there as well. But by Jesus, it's enjoyable. Yes, very good. I wonder, again, I'll put this in the video. I wonder, can I get this up here, or do I need my brother to keep bringing it up for me? Question, is it better than Guinness? Every craft porter and stout is better than Guinness. Come on, let's be real. Maybe not a Guinness out of a pub in Ireland, but certainly better than the cans you're getting over here. Of course, it's better, but It probably is not one that you could session. There is a lot of flavour to it, but you probably wouldn't session this as much as you would with a Guinness. But who knows? Bro, bring me out more cans and let's see. Let's see how many I'll drink. But it's certainly bloody enjoyable, I'll tell you that. Very nice. Now I have reviewed, I'm going to give it a rating now. I have reviewed a few porters and stouts and black IPAs and everything recently, so I'm getting into my darker beers when we're coming out of the nice weather into the cold weather here. But this one as a stout, porters and stouts, sit in the same bracket. I'll have one more wee taste, and if I have one more wee taste, I might actually be out. Again, you can always judge my enjoyment of it by the speed at which the beer disappears, and this one just disappeared. Yeah, he's a good. I'm going to give it 8.5. I'm feeling generous today. It's a good day. That's a nice beer. 8.5. I think that's reasonable. Ooh, and he did still catch me. Well done. I'm going to leave it at that. If you've tried it before, excuse me, if you've tried it before, shove it in the comments. Let me know. What do you think of it? Are you a Guinness fan? Do you prefer the Guinness over this? I would say that if you put this down with a Guinness, you know, the majority of the times you're going to go for this. It's got more flavour, but the Guinness would be more sessionable. That's just how it is. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Get a few comments in there. Let's have a bit of a chat. Give me some recommendations, some more random ones that you might have found that I haven't seen yet, and we'll get them on here and give them a review for you. But in the meantime, I'm going to drink the dregs here. I'm going to go a sláinte. And a very enjoyable slán.